All right, get
I
him here.
believe.
Okay, so
Oh, and Gunner.
I want to talk about the whole thing, and we can pass it on to them, so we're not here sitting here for hours or minutes or long time. So, first of all, obviously we got lucky with this one due to the fact that we're able to kind of just be able to get the one up on them. The fact that we heard the explosion and respond pretty quick. In the future, here's what I want, okay, to happen, and this is gonna happen regardless of what you have in front of you, unless you know for a fact you have a suspect barricade inside. We're only going to deploy SWAT if there's a dispatch call coming in the future, or if we have like a helicopter leaving the scene of a power plant, we have an explosion on the casino, we'll send a regular patrol unit to scout it first, to clear the scene, make sure everything's good to go, then proceed to wait for the call to come in and prepare for SWAT to be deployed. Does that make any sense?
Understood.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, so
Just
make
for
sure.
clarity, you're saying only bring the SWAT in after the alarm goes in. Prior
Correct.
to that, it's just intel
Correct.
gathering.
Yeah, the first stage will be intel gathering, followed by regular patrol units to get there on scene and gather all the info. Obviously, we got lucky. Today could have been pretty bad if there was nobody inside the casino. We blew up all these fucking doors, right? So, I'll take any responsibilities for that because that was kind of, I would say, a bit of a premature call on my behalf. But I went with my gut on this one, and obviously it paid off. But when it comes to tactical deployment, luck should not be a factor. You should be counting on information, intel in front of you first, and going based off that, not getting lucky, right? Because we don't want luck to be a factor in the whole thing. Second, what happened with the hostage situation? Why was it? Well, what led to those guys getting shot? Who wants to speak on that? Who wants to speak on that?
Basically, they weren't. So they were requesting for a
Hey,
grappling.
thank you to 400 bits. The
grappling
500
hook
bits. Thank
from
you.
us. Cap Wrangler denied multiple times.
What were they asking for?
The grappling gun.
Grappling gun.
So, okay. This isn't a good look, but, you know, like, I don't know, man. Like, me and
Speak
Claire
up.
were at the...
I need to know what's going on because I wasn't down there. I was distracted with the outside.
So, me and Claire could hear everything that was being said.
Between who? The two of them?
Between the hostage takers and Wrangler and stuff like that. Hostage taker wanted the hostage to grapple to a different position, or to move rather to a different position. Inside the elevator shaft or what?
He's not very happy.
But the hostage taker said the grappling hook wasn't working, and the hostage taker was saying, "I need a grappling hook, or this guy has got to jump to try and get to where I need him to go. And if he falls, I don't want him to fall. I just
not
need
very
a
happy.
grappling hook so this hostage can move." And then next thing Wrangler said was he's going to push him down the elevator shaft. And it escalated.
And then what happened with the firefight inside?
I don't know why they started shooting.
Who started shooting?
Wait,
Wrangler gave the order to shoot.
Wrangler. So yeah, Wrangler gave the order to shoot, and I could say that from my perspective, they were trying to move the. Yeah, I mean, basically what Vale said at that time, the hostage became. I mean, it was apparent. At least from my perspective, it seemed like they didn't care if he lived or died, and they wanted to send him down there. Again, I could be wrong. I mean, Wrangler gave the order to fire, and I opened fire immediately.
Yeah, they're trying to move the hostage down.
Yeah, they
I
were doing that.
believe one of them that was wearing all black. It wasn't Tony. it
How
was
did
somebody
one of
else.
them escape and how did one of them get shot down?
So I think what happened was, okay, so the negotiation happened. There was a timer, I think 6 minutes. They had negotiated a time. As the timer started to tick down, that's when they started asking for a grappling hook. It was denied. They then were suggesting that they would try to bring the guy down the elevator shaft. Wrangler did not want that hostage to move, as the negotiations were changing at that stage. When the countdown got to the last like 60 seconds and it started to make clear to them, one of the individuals in all black, don't know what his name is, walked over to the elevator controls. I'm assuming he activated the controls, so he probably zipped out.
Level 5, let's go!
Whereas the
he
second one
jumped.
started to move the guy, and that's when the shooting began.
Everybody know the status of Wrangler? Because I want to hear the side of the story. Because obviously, to me,
Yeah.
okay, here's the thing, all right? Any deployment, any breach you can do when there's a hostage inside and you try and breach, to me, the ultimate goal is preservation of life, right? And de-escalation, right? If they can do a breach without the hostage getting hurt, that's a successful breach. But if the hostage got hurt in that point, regardless of the outcome, we failed, right? That's how I see it. So we need to keep that in mind in the future. Today we got lucky with the hostage not getting seriously hurt and able to take down all the suspects. But in the future, we need to keep that in mind to make sure that we don't run into the same kind of instance or the same kind of scenario to where we have to pick and choose between life and death, right? Unless they force our hand.
I think that's what it was. That's how I read it. Like, I think the concern Wrangler had there was this guy's gonna potentially lose his life.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like they were going to throw him down the shaft, sir.
Yeah, no.
Wrangler's on the way. I just called him.
No. I mean, like I said, what happened back there? I mean, we're good, right? Because we got the hostages. None of them were hurt, right? Did the hostage to catch any bullets, any lead like that, or no?
No, nothing.
Right. So
I think they may have caught a bullet.
Oh wait, they got grazed. Okay. I mean, that's sometimes to be expected when a firefight goes out like that. So,
He did strike a cool pose after the shooting.
No, he
Kinda
tried to
crossed his
hug me,
hands.
Brian. That was...
the
He came in and
suspect.
hugged everybody. Yeah, the
No,
hostage.
the hostage.
He came in and
Yeah.
hugged everybody. Everybody's like, get the fuck off me. We're trying to fucking clear this.
Going back to
dumbass.
everything though, that was an excellent deployment as far as casualties. We only lost 2 officers, including myself, and I went down the elevator shaft. I know there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen at one point, and people making a lot of calls saying do this, do that, recommending this. That's gonna be okay at the first stage because we are learning, right? The casino is something that we're trying to tackle on. It's something that is unknown. It's uncharted territory that we're trying to discover together. So there's nothing wrong with SWAT leaders or people who have a lot of experience within the casino to kind of say, hey, what if you tried this? Or, hey, I know about this, right? And that way we can need to formulate a plan. And the biggest thing is once we know that the suspects are barricaded inside, we need to be quick. The more time we give them, the more, they'll have a chance to get themselves in a better position to try to take us out. So we need to be swift, yet tactical, and, united at the same time. So any questions regarding what happened back there? Anything you guys want to talk about, want to bring up? Now is the time.
I'd like to speak to you privately, Chief.
Okay, we'll see you after the meeting. Come up here, Marcel. What's up? Come up here.
I've been away for a while, so by all means, please somebody shut the fuck up if you guys don't agree with what I'm saying. You guys know me.
Zoldini, thinking of 5 bomb. I love you.
Well. I'm not gonna be upset because you told me to shut the fuck up. Just something I've seen, not just with this. I feel like a lot of the time it feels like specialized departments suited for not just SWAT but for other departments are, I mean, I don't want to say shit on, but at times it has units or people that are in charge of those departments feeling like, why are they there? And I speak from experience with that with SRU stuff. I mean, just from somebody on the outside.
Wait, what I missed? What is Marcel
from
saying?
what I heard over the radio, we were coming up here to devise a plan because I, for one, have never been inside of the casino to that extent. So it just felt like a lot at once. I was prepared for people that, were SWAT leads to at least, devise a plan so that we were all on the same page. It seemed like we all rolled out at different
Did you have a
points.
problem with me taking lead there?
I did.
Okay. So did we get the suspect?
Yes.
Oh God!
Okay,
Why
so
is it
what's
turning
the
to
issue here?
drama?
I feel like the means as to which we got the suspect. I feel like a lot could have been avoided. A lot.
Okay, like what? Let's not speak in riddles here. What do you think could have been avoided?
I was trying to avoid
From
this.
what it
I was trying to
said, it
avoid
was
this.
clearly miscommunication from the
What?
hostage takers to yours.
What miscommunication? They said that we're going to make this hostage do a dangerous jump if we don't get a rappel gun, and then they ordered him to walk towards a fucking elevator shaft. So what do you think the miscommunication there was?
So at what point were they going to push him off the elevator shaft?
Are you fucking dense?
No,
Okay.
I'm not, but I'm clearly
Are
trying
you
to
sure?
understand.
All right, Marcel
They-
and Ryan, we can talk about it afterwards. That way.
No,
not everybody-
we can talk about it right
yeah,
now.
Like- in front of
like I
everybody.
said, I accept
no.
criticism
I'm sorry.
fine. Like,
I want to
because
because
Oh my God.
let the
dude.
man talk. So you as an officer,
Yeah, but this
I'm
is-
sorry, which department are you? Are you in mine?
Go back sheriff's office.
Okay, so you as a deputy in my department, if someone says they're going to make a hostage do a dangerous jump and then order them to walk down an
How
open
did this turn
elevator
to
shaft that
drama?
goes down
We just
5
did a good
stories,
job.
you don't see that as a threat to the hostage's life. Is that correct or am I wrong?
You're rephrasing your words. Seeing that as
No,
a threat
I'm
and
telling
saying
you,
that they're
I'm not
gonna push
rephrasing
them
my
off
word.
the
I'm telling you
no.
what happened.
No, you said over the radio they're going to push him off the elevator shaft. You did not relay the information that you
They
just
said,
said.
because here's the thing, I don't fucking need to, because I'm a captain. I know what's going
Exactly,
on.
that's
I'm
the
leading the
problem.
scene. The problem is that I'm a captain.
Oh
The
God.
problem is that you're taking control of a scene that other
Right.
people are in specialized departments for.
They said they were going to make him do a dangerous jump.
Then
Then
how hard would have been relaying that information over the radio?
May I interject?
it doesn't fucking. Why do you need to know?
Because you're like, would you have preferred to lead that, like, go in there by yourself, or is there other people's
I
lives?
can't
at stake?
stop this, Cosmic.
No,
It's
I
you
would-
guys going at
I
it, man.
would prefer officers that just and you guys did. You opened fire. I mean, I'm sorry, but here's the thing. I know that you want to know everything that's going on for some reason. I don't know why, but
It's not the case.
us
but
as command, we take the information that's given to us and we act and we tell
You
you
don't
guys
tell
to
them to
act.
stop,
And
they're
you
gonna
just
stop,
have to
Chad.
trust that it's correct. In this instance, it was, unless you disagree. Do you think I should have waited to see what they've done, what they were going to do once they got them to the elevator shaft?
I mean, it would have been preferred. I feel like a lot of shit could have been avoided.
Okay.
So
Like
you
I
think
said,
that
Hold on,
we
hold
should
on,
have
hold on,
waited
hold on. I
to
don't
see
wanna- I
what
don't-
they were going to do at the elevator shaft?
No, Chief, this is fine.
No,
Not
this is
once
not
did I
fine because
say
I don't want to hear
needed
the whole
all
PD going
information.
back and forth listening to you guys.
No,
Yes,
what
we're,
are
we're
you
not going back
talking
and
about?
forth though. Like
Listen,
it's
you-
this
okay.
is a
Seems like you both have an
constructive
issue with the call
conversation.
made. Okay, so let's talk afterwards when we can dismiss
I don't
everybody
have
here.
an issue because I made the
Alright.
call. What are you talking about?
like,
Are
I
you
don't- I'm
siding
just
with
trying to
people that were
understand. I
robbing a
don't-
casino instead of the hostage's safety? I'm trying to understand where your priorities are. Where are your priorities?
My priorities are for consistency, which you don't have.
There's no fucking consistency, especially in a
you,
situation that
yes.
has been breached 3 fucking times. You want consistency on a situation that's happened
I
3
just got
times?
so
I want
mad.
Is that what you're
consistency
saying?
across the board, not for special occasions.
This literally is a special occasion. What are you talking about?
Which is what I just said. I wanted across the board, not just
Across
for
what
special
board?
occasions.
This is a brand new situation that we're all adapting to, and we're all trying to figure out how to handle it correctly.
All right,
And guess
why
what?
I was not
Here's the
basing this
thing.
entirely off of SWAT. Like I
Okay.
said, for other things, specialized departments, there's been a lot of times where members that are not specialized but feel the need to take control of a scene because they are of high command or of a high ranking officer, which is respected. But a lot of the time, it seems like you're acting upon your own free will and not the consideration of the people that have your back, the people that are risking their lives to follow your orders.
Okay,
May I-
son, I'm sorry. No, you can't. Give me a second. So things happen fast and calls have to be made. I can't always sit there and explain to you why things are going to be happening. All right. It's all about acting
Maybe I need to let
or
this
else
happen.
lives are lost.
Maybe I need
You
to let this
understand that?
happen.
2 seconds could be the difference between someone dying and someone living. I'm sorry that I can't always explain to you why things are happening. I'm sorry that you don't feel as involved as you would like to be. But sometimes decisions have to be made and they have to be executed in the heat of the moment, or else that's the difference. Do you understand that?
I would agree with you, but there were literally moments where it was, we need to go, SWAT, SWAT, SWAT. And then there was, why don't we take a moment to consider this? You're literally
Right?
flip-flopping.
Because there were breaks in pacing.
So who decides when there's breaks and pacing? Like,
I
Here's
do
the thing.
because I was given lead by the chief of police.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The casino is an uncharted territory, like I explained. We're learning things. There's loving growing pains that happens with it, right? Sometimes our calls are being made on field. They're not being correct, but we're going to learn. You learn by your mistakes. They're their best teachers. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the end result was correct. We got 2 hostages out of there. We got 2 officers out of 12 down, and we got 5 suspects in custody. So it worked out, right?
Yeah. So what exactly what's your problem?
I mean, I don't have a problem. I'm literally just saying from,
So what
like
didn't
this
you like?
isn't just based off of this.
Okay. So
But
what
it-
else?
it-
Let's
it
hash
feels
it out
like-
right now.
I have been, but you felt the need to make it about yourself, which is something that happens quite
You're
often.
criticizing me, which
Jesus
would
Christ.
make it about me.
I'm
or am I confused?
criticizing high command. Not once did I say.
Okay, so what are your
Wrangler.
criticisms? Yes, you
I
did. You
was
said
literally
I
just
believe that could have
explaining.
went
But
down
here's the
different,
thing.
and I was taking the lead.
I would
It
like
seems
this
like you
done in a
don't
private
like-
convo, not in front of 20 other officers
No,
here.
I mean,
I mean,
Because
that's
it's
fine.
but
It's
I
a
don't-
turn to
I don't
clown
care.
show. I don't want this to turn to clown show. If you have a problem with high command or command, you pull them aside, you tell them how you feel about it, and you can have a one-on-one private convo. That way, it's not turned to a shit show.
It usually doesn't fix anything. That's the problem, Bass.
So speaking
Well,
up
it
in front
needs
of
to be
everybody will fix
fixed.
the problem.
I mean, at least it'll have people on the same page. Like we keep tiptoeing around things that should be discussed. So because I feel like a lot of people aren't willing to, take these stances. But like I said, please
All right,
tell me to
you're
shut the fuck up. I've been awake for a while. I completely respect.
No,
what
I mean
Wrangler is saying. I'm
you're
still
saying a
gonna
lot of
follow what
things
he's
that
saying.
sound really big, but you're not backing up with anything. It's just all big words. All right, yeah, a lot of
So
things
have I
need to be
not
said.
backed up
Go
my
ahead.
line of work. Like,
Well, no, because
what have I
you're
not backed
wrong.
up?
Because you're wrong.
Stop, Odin.
About
about having to be told every single step and why we're
When
doing
did I
this.
say I need to be told every single step? Please let me know
You-
when I said that. You are once again making up.
Okay, how
things
long
to
have you
fit
been
your
awake?
Criteria.
How long
I've
have you
been
been
awake for 32 hours, and I still have.
And it is showing. You said
It's showing.
You said that I just feel like that we weren't filled it. Something along the lines of that, where I feel like that we didn't know what was going on. You said that. That was your whole main point. That's why
No, it
this
wasn't.
started. Okay,
But you only
so then-
listen to what you want to, which is fine.
Oh,
okay, it was. I think you might need to go to bed because
This
it
is not
was.
productive because it's turning into
I mean,
Wrangler versus
if you
Marcel,
want
not
to
about the
continue to make
deployment.
it about yourself, we can. But as I said before you got here, not once did I mention your name. I said specialized departments.
Holy shit.
SCU, SPU, SRU,
Okay,
HVTU, and now
did
SWAT.
say you did say communication was an issue, did you not?
Yes.
Marcel's
Okay.
problem is he feels like that there's specialized lead exists for a reason, and he feels like us high command are stepping in and taking over when it feels like we can, instead of deferring to the guys who are leading it. Which I don't think was the case here, because I had Wrangler lead it, because he had the most experience among everybody else, followed by Den and Vale, who backed him up and provided more intel. We worked together, right? At the end, they were our team, after all, right? So sometimes people.
well, let's be honest, Best. Vale got kind of cooked out of this whole thing.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Listen, here's the thing. I have been in more active situations in the casino than anyone. Does it not make sense for me to
It does.
take
That's
lead?
why I made you the attacking squad, number one, to go in there and gather the intel. There's a reason why I picked Wrangler. I get the fact that some of you guys are leads and specialize in unit. However, when you have experience on the side, that matters most because they know
Yeah,
what the
here's
hell's
the thing.
going on.
Field experience trumps anything done in training. I'm sorry, it just does. But experience on the field, it's going to be more valuable than anything done in any sort of training simulation. It just does.
So
That's
what
why
I-
we don't.
May
That's
I
why we
just-
don't even have academy anymore. That's the whole reason why we decided just let cadets fucking go out there, because experience on the field is always more valuable.
Cooper,
Chief
stop
Captain,
pointing.
can I have the permission? Can I have permission to just speak?
Yeah, no,
frankly?
speak. I mean, Marcel,
Yeah, I
Marcel, open it. Go ahead. I mean, let's have this talk.
So
Seems like a lot of
I
people are
mean-
frustrated. So let's get off your chest.
I'm not frustrated.
Fuck it, chat. Let's
the-
open
the
all the
end
fucking
result-
cans. Might as well. Seems like everybody's not okay with
as
that.
Wrangler said, you know, whether you want to go with an argument of the ends justify the means or not, that's just maybe. There is a lot of command and you know, leadership experience amongst the two of you. Hence why when I tried to give you guys the lowdown up here and you kind of just cut me off, I just went with it, right? Like it's not that big of a deal. Yes, I lead SWAT. We did have a massive breach plan that we wrote up today in the HVCU meeting. We from top to bottom, floor to floor, we literally came up with an entire plan that delineated.
I
SWAT
mean,
structure
I
that
hate
has
to say
built
this, and I
that
don't typically
is
agree with
proven to
Wrangler,
have,
but he's right.
you know, proven to work.
I
Wasn't
don't typically agree with
really
Wrangler's
used
calls
today.
and the way he handled things, but he's
So,
right in this one, okay?
Just
And the
as a
outcome
point
was
of order when
actually
it comes
better than I
to field
expected.
experience trumps
So I don't,
everything, which
I do
agree to an
see
extent,
the
Captain.
minor issues, but I don't think they're major.
I feel like there is a dearth of experience of like leading shootouts, or you know, having the capability to lead shootouts in active situations and stuff like that. That can definitely be enhanced by like advisory stuff from that situation.
And I think that
Ultimately-
I think that we did.
I mean,
I think that is
yeah,
what
well,
happened.
I mean, yes and no, right? But like
We did go
when
with your
we
plan,
went-
and we did go in waves, did we not?
Yeah, we
at
did.
the very end, yeah. It's just it's getting
But
to
we
that.
did.
Well, hang on, Captain, because I'm speaking frankly, but I kind of don't want to, you know, have my thought cut off. Getting to that point is so messy.
I wouldn't agree if the hostage got
Like,
hurt.
It was,
yeah.
yes.
If the hostage went
ultimately we
down,
were
I don't call that a
yes,
successful
ultimately we had
deployment. No.
limited casualties,
To me,
but, like,
life matters more than
arriving at
getting the
that
bad
end
guys.
Was not
Because
to form.
anybody could die at any point. I know we live in a
If
city
we're
where
being
people are
honest,
mortal,
that's
but
all.
people
And
can
I
murder
can
perma.
explain to you why, because the situation it kept changing. You understand that, right? I mean, the situation kept changing. New information kept becoming available, so we adjusted.
I'm gonna
the plan.
snap Cooper's finger.
Eventually, we ended up going with yours, and
last
it ended
time,
up
stop
working
pointing.
out. But yes, of course, because here's the thing: situations like this, all situations that we're in. Marcel mentioned something about consistency. Guess what? There is no fucking consistency, and I'm sorry, there never will be, because as we do things consistently, Den, I'll let you speak. As we do things consistently, they fucking switch it up. They don't do things consistently, so
True.
neither can we. There will
100%
never
good.
be consistency. I'm sorry. If you want that, go work at a fucking bank.
What the fuck?
To
That's
caveat
me,
on
that's
that,
my fault.
to caveat on that, it's like on the portion of what Vel is
Wait,
saying.
wait.
Okay.
It's like basically having like you can have a plan to like breach a room. You know what I'm saying? And once you go in that room, if a fucking T-Rex is in that room, then your plan goes to shit. You have to be able to assess and adapt and just
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Den, we've both been
Exactly.
taught the same thing, right? Myself and Den are both, we have, like, military experience, right? Like, we are both fully aware that no plan survives first contact with the enemy. But you can definitely prepare and go into those situations as prepared as you can be, right?
I'm just, I thought that went really well.
I did too, but I understand that people want to share their voices and their frustration or things like that. The minor
I think
issues.
it's about
Can I just say
expectations.
It's not a
I've been
frustration,
holding-
Chief.
Okay, more like
We're trying to-
voicing your opinion on the whole thing. I totally get that. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't want to turn this into this person's fault, because the outcome was fantastic. I mean, having only 2 people go down and no hostages. I'm
concerned that we have officers that would let a hostage walk towards an elevator shaft after a threat was made. And I'm going to voice that right now. I have deep concerns with that.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Yes.
I think that when we did the initial pointing out was, Wrangler being the lead, I think that's fine. We have 4 SWAT leads. Nobody even contested it. I don't really see the problem with the specialized thing. Everyone had a part in it. Right? I had a team, Baz had a team, Wrangler had a team, later Den and Vale took over with the breach
Speak
itself.
up, Cooper.
Can you not hear me?
Kinda
Yeah, I
quiet.
can hear you, Cooper. You're good.
Okay, so I was saying, like, every single SWAT lead that is currently present had a role in this, right? Sure, it may have been messy, but from what this was my first time even going to that shithole. I'm gonna be real. I don't have shit experience with it, so I appreciated Wrangler being there.
It's a fucking mess down there.
It is.
And
yeah,
that's
it
all
is.
I was
Yes.
trying to, and you guys saw it firsthand. That's all. Now imagine we didn't get those 2 guys, and there wasn't a guy in the fucking elevator, and it was 6 people there. I mean,
Yep,
it's a fucking meat grinder down there. It's awful.
No, I agree, and I think the first part was done really well. Like, my team listened exceptionally, your team listened exceptionally, Baz did his team. Like, every single thing about
I
that
think
went
so.
perfectly fine.
I agree, and I'm just gonna say right now, so there's no confusion. That order to shoot, I would make that call again 100% of the time. They openly threat that they were gonna quote, okay, they said, give us a grapple gun or we're gonna force this hostage to do a dangerous jump. And then they commanded the hostage to walk towards an open
If
elevator
that's the
shaft.
case, it's a good call.
I will
honestly.
always make that call to shoot there. And if you don't, I would seriously consider some retraining. Because that is a threat, and that is putting the hostage in a position to execute that threat.
Yo, thank you, Scarface.
Other than that, I do want one last thing to say, and that is just pat yourself on the back. I think all of you did really
Yeah,
good.
I think we're focused too
I
much on the
think we did
negative instead
really
of
good.
positive the whole thing. Because
Yep,
there's a lot of
that's what
positive
I
coming out of
think as well.
deployment. And it's the first time in, 3-4 deployments, the SWAT is able to come in there and grab the bad guys without much casualties. That's a big achievement, okay? It's not an easy
Yeah,
thing
we
doing
got
on
so
the
much we got so much information out of that. These weird ass bags as well. We got a lot out of it.
Is this what I
kinda
can't remember
just
the
wanted to-
weekend?
I kind of just wanted to clarify that I'm not trying to shit talk here to any degree. Right?
No, I mean, we're
It's
allowing
purely
people to
just
speak up with
like
their voices.
Work on observations, right? Like, hey, this is something that could be done better. This is something that we maybe stumbled with. I think that's the valuable part of the debrief, to be honest.
Absolutely. I just don't want to turn this into me versus you, for example. Like 2 officers going at it. I don't want, because it's not
That's
very
not productive.
It's not
Yeah.
productive to the debrief. If it matters to debrief on what happened, I'm okay with it. But when it turns into calling people out because of their, their actions, talk to that person one-on-one and let them know how you feel about it. So
Which,
you can.
Marcel, I think we should have a conversation after this. And also, with that being said, I understand that you guys are in these departments. You're special leads. You're supposed to take these situations over. But, as we said, it just kind of came down to field experience. But here we are. We had a successful SWAT deployment where we got them down. Now that you guys have seen that, now we can do. Now it's like, fine, fucking take over. And
Yeah,
we'll
now
just
we
shut
have the
up,
blueprint,
'cause
right?
You guys have trained, and now even better, you've seen it on the field.
Exactly.
So,
now we can defer to you guys.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
now it should not be a problem. And you know what, Vale? We used your plan, and it did work. So, I mean, now I don't see there being any issue at all.
All these
I'm
people in the
gonna be
meeting,
honest, I really
my
appreciate
eyes are on
that
you
had that experience
because of
with
the
me,
trim, of
because,
course. Arms look
I
buff
don't
and
think
that
any
fit.
of us had seen it.
I'm a friend to
in
a friend,
person
of
before.
course. I could be a
I didn't-
boss.
Any of the other SWAT leads?
Colleague.
Yeah, I mean,
Failed,
obviously,
dead.
you know,
Could be a
this is my
boss,
third
friend, and
time being
colleague.
deployed there
I
in an
think
active
that has its own
situation.
category.
My third time. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
And also, I'm sorry, this is going to be a hard pill for you guys to swallow, but high command trumps all departments, and I'm sorry. Okay. You guys might not like to hear that. We had the same problem with dispatch, but ultimately, high command oversees everything.
That is correct. However, like I said, high command shouldn't try to micromanage. Should be macromanaging people.
No, of course not. And like I said, now that you guys have seen it on the field, I think that, you know, Bass and I can easily just be like, yeah, Vale, Den, whoever it may be, take lead. You guys have seen it. It was a successful deployment. I mean, can we just talk about that? We had a successful SWAT deployment.
That's what I'm
Facts,
saying. Pat your fucking
Yeah,
self on the
hell
map,
yeah.
man.
That's what
Like,
I'm saying. That's what I'm
4-1.
saying. Hell yeah.
There you go. A successful
place
SWAT
is not
deployment.
easy.
That's always a win. And yes, that place is not easy.
It's two meat grinders. Let's say
Fortunately,
it's two fucking meat grinders.
We got lucky, and whoever was in charge of you know, negotiations had, you know, minus 100 speech. I don't know why you would ever tell an officer that we're gonna make someone do a dangerous jump.
Well, that's Mickey for you, right? So.
Well, there it is. So.
Besides that, the outside patrol, I don't know if someone just needs to step up, or maybe you can put Air 1 in charge of it, but that seemed messy, like when I was trying to triage 95 and the
We didn't have the
hostages.
units out there. We barely
that's
had
the
the
problem.
fucking units.
We have
We
a
had
city
like
still to
3
patrol.
units
Issues
out
going
there.
on, right? Keep that in mind, right?
It's that whole thing's a
Yeah.
bad situation. I mean, and also, I mean, I'll be blunt. We're telling these guys, hey, stand here next to a car for up to what could be 2.5 hours because it was last night.
True. It sucks.
Just stand next. It fucking sucks.
I mean,
man.
any
it
feedback on
does.
that? How can we make it better?
And then here's the thing. It gets better. If we all go down, guess what? You guys are just supposed to leave.
Yeah,
Also
that-
true.
yeah.
And that's
I
it.
mean,
And that's it. So
It's like waiting
That's,
for the
that's
yacht,
one of those
but
things
worse.
that you don't have to understand it, just do it, right? Like that.
no, that's
from
fine. But
above
we're saying
all
is
of
like, how do
us.
we let
but it fucking
patrol?
sucks.
How do the patrol be active in the whole thing and not feel useless and just sitting there idle for like
No,
2.5
no,
hours?
okay,
but
I mean-
that's where you have to like I understand, but it's the job. Just shut the fuck up and do it. Like,
Yeah,
Okay,
it's just
no, I
so-
agree with that.
Hey, I agree with that.
That's it.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dan's right.
Okay, hey, I agree with that.
I mean,
Are you that dense? Of course not.
can I speak?
Yes.
Go for it.
So the way that we've had again, like, you know, SWAT, myself and Owen have had like very long, in-depth conversations about this whole patrol situation and what patrol
Reverse-
can and
reverse
cannot
float right
do
there.
on a SWAT deployment and what their
I
role
don't need a
is.
3-inch wonder. I got
casino-
Kiki's 5-inch kill.
You're right.
Why? I mean,
Let me
kill.
give
I
you
mean,
the best example that I have of patrol being perimeter units,
yes,
right?
kill.
When the Ubu Cafe was being
He's
built,
Scottish, so it
I
makes
remember
sense.
that there was shootouts there pretty much every
Oh,
day in shift
God.
3, shift 1. I don't know whether they were in shift 2 because I was spending a lot of time in shift 3,
Click,
shift 1 then,
click.
but, there was shootouts there every fucking day, and we had I think it was a Polito or a Vault, and they ended up going into Ubu, and there was like 4 of them, 3 or 4 of them that went inside.
Oh
We had
wait,
some patrol units.
Cleo
around the
resigned from the
perimeter,
PD.
and they essentially this criminal group had two roaming people in cars waiting to come in behind the SWAT team and shoot us in the ass, and they couldn't get past the patrol cordon and they started shooting the patrol cordon.
Cleo's
Patrol
going. You'll play the
dealt with
crap
that.
song.
Like it's just with the casino, you it's access control, right? You're stopping people from coming out, but you're also stopping people from coming in. I don't know, you know, someone wakes up in their hotel room and then you just have a random like
Cleo, not
uninvolved
clear.
civilian running around. Like patrol needs to deal with that. That's a patrol thing. Obviously, yeah, it's a bit strange when SWAT goes down and we kind of just cut them loose, but it's part of the course, right? Like it's just
Maybe this is
something
the
we have to
therapy session
consider.
Mr. K was talking about. I
Um,
think Cosmic is right here. Or
Patrol
Casman,
can be
sorry.
active. Patrol, sure, they have to sit there for a while, but you know,
Seems like it.
that maintaining the perimeter, stopping any outside elements coming in, and stopping any or like rogue elements coming out is you know is pretty fucking valuable to have. I get that sometimes people may think, oh, I'm just standing here for an hour, but I mean, it's kind of the same with the yacht, right? It's kind of the same with the vault. It's those kind of calls.
That
Sometimes that
seems
just happens.
necessary.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes HVCU or SCU sits on a house for 3 hours and we're sitting there watching it. Sometimes we have to go sit on a warehouse. I mean, prior to locking shit down, we have to go sit on a warehouse for hours, right? Like sometimes that is part of being a cop.
Yeah, absolutely.
Having that patience.
Anything else you guys want to bring up? Because we do have a city patrol out there.
If anyone has a problem with me or my leadership, I will be standing here for the next 15 minutes to talk directly to you. If not, I don't want to fucking hear it.
Okay, you heard it from the captain. Anything else you guys want to bring up regarding the SWAT deployment?
I'm 4-1 now. I just want to say it's
Shut the fuck. How many of you
job,
your
Speed keeping
debrief for
score?
then?
yeah. Last time, the only reason I'm 1 because I didn't know we could use the elevator, and I used the fucking elevator.
Now you
shaft to
know.
go slide
Now
down.
you know. There you
Yep.
go.
Also, you know what? That's a good segue. I mean, seriously, I understand your guys' concerns, but all in all, I think it went very well. I really do.
I agree.
So good job.
Yep. At the end of the day, leave your pride, ego, whatever the side of the door when it comes to SWAT, and let's work together as a team and take down the bad guy. That's what matters, right? So
that's what matters. And you know, the hostages are we got the hostages out of there safely.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all.
I mean,
Y'all
5
have
of
a
us
nice-
open
my
fired
fault.
on a guy, and the hostage you're fine. The hostage wasn't harmed. So hey,
yep,
that's great.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. Y'all have a nice
dismissed.
one. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks,
All right.
Dunn.
All right. Take care.